Are the brand new A-spadz Qreate. This is the Air, this is the Pro. There is only about $100 difference between these two bikes. Correction, 100 euros, because these are primarily for the European market. And that's a good thing. Think about it, the European market have way much higher standards than anywhere else. So yeah, both these bikes have been passed through a lot of tests. But without further ado, I just want to talk a little bit about the differences between the Air and the Pro, and then we are going to go into review both these bikes, but I'm going to be primarily riding the Pro, well, because I'm a pro. But here we go. So first, here, the welding in the bike is a little bit different in the Air than in the Pro. So in the Pro, it's seamless, looks very nice. Just the little details. The Air have a cadence system. So this is the assistant ability of the bike that is, it's kind of like, okay, as far as cadence systems go, they are not made equally. This one is actually quite nice. But when you have torque system assistance, well, this is a big difference. It's very intuitive. It's just how much pressure you put on the pedals is how much is the bike gonna help you and assist you. There is also some small difference when it comes to the battery that might affect a little bit the range and also the power. So the Pro is supposed to be a little bit more powerful, a little bit more rangy, but it's just a very small difference that it might not be worth mentioning. Both these bikes, they're being designed to be easy and very comfortable to ride, and it was sort of like made so any rider could ride it. So either you are a younger, not too tall, or you're a very tall person, you are gonna be okay. I let my friend Sunny ride it, and she's only 160 centimeters tall, and she says it's quite okay. I mean, if any shorter, it might be a little bit more difficult, but yeah, anything up from 160 centimeters tall is gonna be all right. And I let my friend Johnny P ride it, and he's 193 centimeters tall. He's an actual real size monster, and he weighs 130 kilograms. And he said it was quite decent. I mean, there are bikes that they have a bigger frame with different geometry, but he said it was quite comfortable to ride it, and he actually kind of liked it. By the way, I'm only 180 centimeters tall, and I think this bike was literally perfect for me. By the way, something that I want to remark here, there is the geometry on bikes that can kind of add or subtract when it comes to the riding experience. This one in particular is not totally straight up, it is a little bit lean forward. Now, that could make it really good for when riding for long periods of time or for when riding very fast. But generally speaking, I prefer the more straight up riding position. But it's still very comfortable in both this bike. By the way, talking about the riding and the comfort, I forgot to mention the seats. The saddles are slightly different, but really, there isn't much of a difference when you're actually riding and sitting on it. There are so many e-bikes that looks exactly just like this one, but there are a few key differences that makes the Qreate very special. First, we start with this very strong feature that I haven't seen on any other e-bike so far, and that is the ambient light. Now, this ambient light is not just cool, but it's very practical because it kind of make you visible. People can see you from 360 degrees. So it shines in the ground, bounces up, and people can see you from the side, from anywhere. The other thing that I like is the light here, the headlamp. It is actually very high quality and it have a lot of range. Most e-bike companies, they kind of like don't pay too much attention to the light. So if you're planning to ride an e-bike at night, this is probably gonna be one of the best, just because of this light and this light. But it also have a light in the back. And another thing that I really like is that they have the reflector built together with the light here, so it's kind of like more subtle. And the reflector in the back, basically there is no reflector, it's the light that was done as a reflector. Why do I mention this? Many e-bikes, they cannot have the reflector as a separate thing that you need to put in the handlebar or put it somewhere on the back. And because it's illegal in some countries not to have the reflector, even so you already have lights, you still need to mount them and it doesn't look so nice. Here, kind of like 2-in-1, very subtle, very nice. And another important thing about the ambient light is that you can dismount the battery and use that light anywhere. So if you go camping, you go like outdoor barbecuing with your friends, it becomes dark, you can literally remove that battery, use the light to light up your barbecue, your camping, inside your tent, anywhere. And because it's such a huge battery, that light can last like hundreds of hours. They told me like this, hundreds of hours. So basically, let's say you go somewhere, you go barbecuing, you use it the whole night, maybe you use 2-3% of the total battery in your bike. So later you can mount it back and just go and have fun. The 27.5-inch wheels, they have these built-in reflectors that they're very subtle, like you don't see them much, but once someone shine a light at it, like a car, well, they're actually very bright. And yeah, that's meant to be for keeping you safe. Since it's now dark, it's the best time to show you the screen. Actually, it is very visible during daytime, but it's not that visible when you're shooting video. So maybe the shutter speed on my camera phone will shoot up and then we'll make some lines. So this is the best time to show you this. We have a very nice screen with the assist level here. We can change that. And we have some information like the time, the trip, the odometer, and the riding mode, the lights, the ambient light, and the speed, and also the battery. So here we can turn off the light, turn it on. Here we can turn on or off the headlamp. Let's turn that on again. And here is the walking mode. I try to hold the brake so it doesn't go forward. And then you can also access the menu system. And look at this. We have a very extensive menu system in which you can change quite a few things here. And once you change them, remember to return and save them. You have Bluetooth connection to connect to your mobile device. We have NFC. Well, it's a very interesting system. Another key feature on this bike are the proprietary accessories like this side bag. So I have one on each side. They're 8-liter capacity, fully waterproof. I think they can even float on the water. And because they basically design the bike around the bag, or basically they make sure that the bag will be able to mount easily on the bike. You can actually take it out and take it with you anywhere you want. It's very easy to take it out. It has a handle and it's quite nice actually. And it's nice that e-bikes have that kind of way of sinking forward into having accessories that they perfectly match the design of the bike. The grips are made of rubber and very comfortable. We do have Tektro hydraulic disc brake, both in the front and in the back. We have hydraulic suspension, that is actually very good. We do not have suspension on the back, but that's okay. We have a 7-speed Shimano gear, and overall the bike looks very nice. So I'm making a pit stop at a Spanish bar, and that's so I can give you my conclusions on the Qreate. You might be wondering, hey Gabby, do you recommend this bike? That is not the right question, because I really do. The right question will be, which one do you recommend? So we have two models, the Pro and the Air. And I think there isn't one that is better than the other one, even so one is more expensive. I believe that it's just according to your preference. So at the beginning, I told A-spadz that I would like to keep the Pro. So I'm basically sending back the other one, but I changed my mind. I'm gonna tell them that I prefer more the Air. Here are my reasons. So the difference in power and range is insignificant. It's basically the same. The welding, I couldn't care less about that. Like, I'm not, come on, my vanity levels don't go that high. I think the welding in the Air model is very solid, and even so it might not look nice. I'm not gonna be looking at that. And then it's just about the differences between the cadence system or the torque system. So here is the thing, torque system is more intuitive. It's like how much pressure you put on the bike, how much is it the system level gonna help you. In the cadence, it's basically you just move the pedals and it start going. Now, if you're lazy like me, you prefer cadence because you're gonna get a little bit of ghost pedaling. You just move the pedals and the bike goes on its own. While the torque always need to put a little bit of pressure. So that's a difference that for me I go play pickleball sometimes 3-4 hours. I use the bike. I come back home. I don't have legs anymore. I want the bike to take me on its own. So it's just basically moving the pedals very gently and the bike just goes. That's what I like. Now, I understand that torque sensor is supposed to be superior to cadence, and some people do prefer that. Another thing that I noticed between the Pro and the Air is that the seat supposedly better on the Pro because it's the Seller Royale. That sounds very fancy, but in practicality, it's actually harder than the seat on the Air that is no branded. So yeah, I like more the seat on the Air. I like more the cadence systems, and yeah, the difference is insignificant. So basically the Air model is 1,100 euros. That's without any discounts, which I believe that's maybe one of the biggest selling points of this bike, that they offer basically a lot of premium features and unique features that other e-bikes don't have for a price that is actually a little bit below the competition. The Pro model is 1,200 euros, yet again, without any discount. I asked A-spadz if they could give a discount to my subscribers, and they go like, yeah. So check the link in the description down below that there is a very, very juicy discount. So you need to use the link and also use discount code GABI. Everything is on the description down below, and I also pin it in the comments. So you let me know what you think about this bike. I believe, considering all the certificates that I have for the European Union and the fact that it's well tested, I think this is a solid, big yes. I like the bike, I like the design, it's simple, yet very top quality and with unique features. Okay, that is it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Adios, amigos.